Hello, everybody. Fresco Kinos here. It's week 2. Can you believe it? Week 1 just flew by, and before you know it, weeks 3 and 4 will be gone too. So please stay on top of things. This week, we're going to take a look at advanced Word things in building a document like a resume using styles, building blocks, and themes. These are great things to make it look professional and keep it consistent. So let's take a look at this week's folder, week 2, Word. And the first thing I put in there is a video of me showing you some resume tips that you can do for your polished resume. And here is a handout version of that. The next thing is the reading. And then we have the training. I made an announcement the other day about how valuable the trainings are, and also showed you some of the Easter eggs that you can see in there in the guide and for Mac users. They're really a great way to learn the software. Then we have the actual project here for this week, and I'm saying to use my instruction file. I found 2 mistakes actually in there, especially for Mac users, that we're going to go over now and just make life a lot easier. So here's my instruction file. You can kind of print that out, might be good. And then we have the exam, and I always put the exam last because my idea is after you've done all the work, you're more prepared to actually do the exam. So let's take a look now at the actual project for this week. It is this one here, and it's appropriate because it's a resume project. So I'm opening it up, and remember, you could download all, but use my instruction file. It should help save you some agony. Okay, so here we go. We're going to hit start. It's going to ask me to download all. So there's a support file that you need in there too. And here's the actual raw file that we're going to cook together. Okay, so here we are in Word, and I've got the instructions here. I'm going to read through them with you right now. So first, do the getting started thing where you do the logistics of changing the name that Cengage asked you to do. And then the project steps. The first step, as part of your work in the business department of Pacific Shores College in San Diego, California, you help graduating students prepare their resumes. You are assisting Peter Barnack, who is graduating at the end of the semester with a marketing degree. How appropriate. And is planning to apply for positions with marketing firms. You suggest that he creates his resume from one of the many resume templates in Word, so they provide a starting point to make sure he includes all the necessary elements. That sounds like good advice. So, in that first step, then they say change the theme fonts to Calibri for a more modern look. So, this font is Garamond, and it has serifs. See these little feet and tails and things like that. So those actually I like because they help you to read in small body copy. You might want to change it on your resume just for the headings to something like Calibri or Arial. And those are sans serif fonts. So let's do that now. So what we're going to do is go to Design. These are the themes. This is the color scheme, and this is the font scheme. So pull down the font scheme, and here it is. Calibri is the one they want. You'll notice that it makes a universal change to the entire document now. We do have an empty second page with just a return on there. Let's see if that goes away. We do all the other steps. Okay, so the next thing now is to type his name here. This is a content box, so it's kind of like a field. So the date is 1/2. See, it says name there, so you can insert that field in various documents, like forms where people would fill things in later. So his name is Peter Barnack. Make sure you spell it correctly too, because if you do everything right but you just misspell something, the grading engine will mark you wrong. Okay, so there we go. I don't want to do that. Step 2. Replace the text email on the second line with a hyperlink that displays and links to the email address that they give you. Okay, so this is the way we do that, and you should do this on your resume too. I'm going to highlight this and type the address pbarnack@mail.cengage.net. Now I'm going to highlight that and copy it, and then go to Insert Hyperlink. You can also right click on it. Here's the links. Okay, so here's the text to display. That's good. You could put a screen tip like something like mail to, but in this case, we're just going to go to email address and paste in that email address and say okay. Okay, you should see the mail to screen tip pop up. So the next thing is the LinkedIn. They have a lot of extra stuff here that I think they want you to get rid of. So edit the hyperlink in the third line of document to use just LinkedIn.cengage. So we're basically going to get rid of, sorry, oops, it's not an active link. So you'll get this mistake. I already saw that. So what you want to do now is if you just go to hyperlink, edit hyperlink, text to display, right? So that's what they want you to do. We want to get rid of all that code stuff in the beginning. And then let me just read it again one more time here. Okay, so they want you to add a screen tip on this one. And the screen tip reads linked in, sorry, I didn't type the L. Page for Peter Barnack. Okay, we got it. Say okay on both. Now when you hover, you should see the screen tip. Great. Looks good. Delete the date, content control. So remember, highlight the blue one to delete the whole thing. If you just delete the word date, it'll come back. Now, the next thing is to create a paragraph style. So you can see like all these things have different kind of type attributes and colors and maybe alignments, and those are all part of the style. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this paragraph as the source style, and then we're going to impress that on other things. So go home. These are the styles. And what you want to do is go to the styles pane. So in other words, this is this style we're looking at here, management, marketing and management coursework. It's using this style, but we're going to make a new style based on it. Now you can make changes here, obviously, if you wanted to change it a little bit, colors, fonts, bold, whatever. So, but we're not going to change it. We're just going to call it skills head. And again, type it exactly the way they say and say okay. So you should see that appear then. Here it is in the styles group. And what we want to do then is highlight the special projects paragraph and impress the skills heading or skills head style to it. And good, we got that down. We're almost done. Then it says move the experience section, the entire section here. Starts at experience and ends with marketing materials. Get the period. So I'm going to cut that, and then I'm going to paste it above the skills, I think I say, right? So it appears before skills and abilities. Okay, so that'll be here. Hit enter, and then just check, because sometimes it looked like it came in perfectly, but check and make sure that you didn't get any extra lines or bullets or something like that. This is the paste options, and it allows you to change the formatting or keep the formatting. We're going to keep the formatting in this case, from the source to the destination. Maybe if you're copying from another document, which we're going to do in a minute too. Okay, so now this one is another one that I modified. This is one of the ones I modified. So they want you to create a building block that allows you to list search terms here. So what we need to do first is go to File, Properties, and then Summary. And in the comments field, this is where you're going to type what they want you to type. List search terms here. LIST. Okay, and a period. So exactly the way they have it is the way you want to type it, and then say okay. Okay, so now that that comment is built in there, we're going to actually make the building block. And the way to do that is to go to the System menu. And I'm going to insert a field. And I'm going to choose Document Information and Comments. And that should do it. There it is. List search terms here. We're in business with that. Now we're going to open up the support file, which I should have open. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Let me open it. Okay, so here is the support file. You're going to copy this, go back to your original file, and then paste it. Now you'll notice that it matches the destination, but they want you to match the source this time. So go to the print options, keep source formatting, and you can see then it changes to that bold italics look. Last step, set the bottom and top margins to 0.6. Layout, margins, custom margins. Margins, 0.6. Okay, and then they want you to center the entire thing on the page. So that's under layout, page, vertical alignment, center. So this is top and bottom, not left and right, like the typical alignment. Okay, and you see that actually took away that second page when we did that. And that should equally center the text on there. So you're done. At this point, you're done. It's a nice looking resume. Again, you could use this to hopefully enhance your resume for the polished resume look. I saw a couple people handed them in. I'm not grading them until next week, so you may want to double check and make sure that yours is totally bulletproof. Keep me posted if you need anything.
What we need is more informative videos like that one. Thank you, Professor Coquinos.